Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a little bit of bad news. I was looking at my plants the other day and I looked specifically at this beautiful wax ivy, which did have very long tendrils. I cut them so that I could release it from the stand because it was wrapped all around the stand. I cut it back and I looked closely and it was covered in scale, which is an insect that I've never dealt with before. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to treat this guy. I already treated it once and I will enter a clip of that now. And then so I'm going to go over it and treat it again because I saw that there is some more scale on it. I can see them. Ugh, they're all over, they're everywhere. So I'm going to treat it. And then I'm going to take down each and every one of my plants and inspect them thoroughly to make sure that they don't have any scale on them. If they have scale, I'm going to treat them and isolate them with all the other scale affected plants. And those ones that I find scale in them, I'm going to have to like really stay on top of like once a week, removing any new scale that pops up. So in order to treat them, what I'm doing is I'm going to remove each scale insect individually with a little bit of rubbing alcohol on a Q-tip, and then I'm going to apply systemic houseplant systemic pest control, insect control. This does work on scale, so I'm gonna apply this to each and every one of my plants. And while I'm inspecting them, I'm gonna do a good leaf cleaning. I've got some soapy water in a bucket over here, so I'm just gonna like clean, especially the ones that have big leaves. I haven't done it in forever and they're really dusty and they have some water stains from misting on them, so giving all the leaves a good clean will be a good thing to do too. So this is like a treatment and chores day. So I hope you really enjoy that kind of content. You know, this is gonna be a long video, so put me on in the background and you know, go about your own plant chores or whatever you have to do today. So first things first, I'm going to treat this plant. I'm going to show you some B-roll of me treating it earlier. So I've got my isopropyl alcohol, my rubbing alcohol. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that in a little cup. I've got a whole pile of Q-tips here and I'm just going to go at it. This thing is absolutely infested, which is too bad because it was doing so good. Like I said, it was super long and trailing. I had struggled with this plant years ago when I first got it. I couldn't really figure out what it was that it wanted. So I was not really giving it the best care. Or I wasn't giving it what it wanted. So, gross. I don't know, you're not gonna be able to see this. See that little speck? That's a scale insect. Ugh, nasty. They're so gross. They just look like little brown dots. I think that's why I didn't notice them for a long time. They're so nasty. And so a little bit about scale insects, because I looked up about their lifespan online when I discovered them, is that they basically, when they're young, they crawl down into the soil. Like when they hatch, they crawl down into the soil and they pupate in the soil. So I'm going to continue to, which is annoying because I've been using the BT, the bacterial thuringiensis, which is the same stuff that's in mosquito bits, to try and control this fungus gnat insanity that's going on. And the fungus gnats just like won't go away. And now I'm starting to wonder, like, maybe my BT is like too old and I should try it again. Buy some new stuff and see if it works. Anyways, so something like that in the soil will kill the larvae. But the larvae crawl down, they go in the soil, they pupate in the soil. When they come out of their chrysalis as adults, they crawl back up the plant. At that point, they're too small to see. So you won't even know they're there. So this thing could be like crawling with immature adults and I wouldn't even know. So they crawl up onto the plant, they find a good spot, they bite down into the plant, and then they go through another metamorphosis where they build a shell over their bodies and they lose their legs and they become completely immobile and they just stick there like a little barnacle and feed off your plant. So that is what I'm removing right now, is those adults that are big enough to see. Okay. And then now that that's done, I'm gonna like wipe off some of the leaves. You know what? I think I already cleaned this one off pretty good. So I'm gonna put this in a little like quarantine area and then I'm gonna go get some more plants and check them out. Maybe after doing this, I'll have like a better idea of what kinds of plants these insects go after. So let's take a look at my Hoya caryi. Look at how beautiful she is, first of all. Like, this plant is gorgeous. These two leaves up here are brand new. They don't have any variegation on them, which has me a little concerned, but I also kind of don't care because they're so pretty. Like, this top one is a perfect little heart. Look at that. It's so stinking cute. Okay, so let's take a good look at this. I am going to clean off some of these lower leaves, especially have like a lot of dust on them. So I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna look for pests at the same time. These little scale insects. Ugh, I've never had them before. I literally didn't even recognize them at first when I saw them on that wax ivy. I thought like they were like just little woody spots where the stem maybe was getting more woody with maturity. So I like literally, that's what I thought they were. And then I was like, wait a minute, maybe they're like the tips of little roots, aerial roots that tried to start and then dried up, you know, because sometimes you'll get like little brown nubs on your stem where it tried to like grow roots and then the roots dried out because it wasn't humid enough. That happens. So I thought maybe that's what it was. And then I really got it close, like I really like stuck my face in there and looked at it really good. And I was like, oh my God, I think that's scale. And I looked it up and sure enough, it was definitely scale. So I just looked up a treatment online. I think I watched a video. I'm not sure whose video I watched. But then that's how I decided. It doesn't look like this has any scale, which is fantastic. Right? Right. That's not scale. No. Okay. So I'm just gonna wipe this off. I'm gonna put some systemic in the soil and then I'm just gonna put it right back. Oh my God, these nails. I got these new press-on nails. I've been recently obsessed with press-on nails from Etsy. They're so cute, but they're long as heck, and it's really hard to tell how long a nail is gonna be by looking at the pictures. These are medium. These are medium almonds, and look at how long they are. They're insane. To me, that's long. So I guess I should stick to short. Oh, this is gonna be hard to treat with this stuff. Okay, there we go. Put it in the soil. There we go. Isn't that so cute? I love this pot too that it's in. This is like one of my favorite plants. I love this Hoya caryi. If you've been watching my channel for a long time, you may remember when I got this. I got it at a garden center, oh, I can't remember the name, in Wisconsin, and it literally had like 3 or 4 leaves on it. It was just a tiny little plant, and now look at it, it's beautiful. Okay, so that one is done. Next up, my Camposportuanum. It has a little fungus gnat trap in it. Oh boy, this one's gonna be hard. Let's wipe off some of these leaves and look for pests. These leaves are gonna be a little hard to wipe down because they're small and thin. but let me get a good look at the stems here. Let's just remove this leaf because it looks like shit. Okay. Okay, let's take a look here. I don't see anything. This is a little hard to tell because this plant, I love this plant, but something that I really don't like about it is that it has a tendency to like hang on to all the little crusty sheaths when the leaves come out and stuff like that. So like the plant looks nice, but then you look closely and it's like covered in lots of little brown dry bits. And it also puts out a lot of aerial roots, which I think on some plants looks really nice, but I think this plant, it just doesn't look great. The aerial roots are like really skinny and then they dry out and they are turned into like these wiry little, I don't know, thingies. I have this crawling in one of my, we'll see in a little bit, and I think I like the way it looks in that better. So I might get rid of this one and use this pot for something else, but I don't know, she's cute. And I don't see any scale, so I'm just gonna treat it. A little of that in there. And she's good to go. Okay. Next up is my Black Pagoda lipstick plant. I love this plant. She's freaking huge. She's beautiful. I really hope she doesn't have scale because this one would be really annoying to treat. Oh, my nose is itchy. Let's take a look. This one, I'm not gonna try to wipe down these leaves. That would take me forever. I probably should just put it in the bathtub. You know what, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put some of these like this in the bathtub and spray them off. That'll be good. I don't see any scale. Let me just make sure I take a good look. I noticed that they were most populous on the wax ivy near the base of the plant. They did get on leaves and everything though, so I'm just trying to like, I feel like if there's none on the base of the plant, there's not going to be any anywhere else. Just dead flowers on this thing. It like just flowered, which it has like pretty flowers, but they're not super striking and they like make a huge mess, so I don't really like the flowers on this one. But it is pretty, it is nice to see flowers. Okay, I don't think there's any, I don't see any scale, so let's treat it and then I'll go put this one in the bathtub and I'll put the other two away. Okay, the next two here, this first one is my Oncidium orchid, which just finished blooming last month. I left a couple of the flower spikes because I read online that sometimes they'll do like a second flush of blooms. So until they like totally dry up and turn brown, I'm not gonna cut them back all the way, just in case they decide to bloom again. But let's make sure this doesn't have scale, and also let's wipe off some of these leaves. Okay, let's see. I love this plant so much. It needs to be repotted. Oh, I should be making a repot list too, because like it's taking up this whole thing. Like there's literally nowhere for new growth to go. And once I'm certain it's done blooming, actually, you know what? I feel like I do this thing with orchids where I'm like, once it's done blooming, once it blooms, then I'll repot it. And then I end up just like waiting forever for it to bloom and never repotting. And I need to not do that. All right, I don't see any scale. Do not see any scale. Okay. Should I even treat this? I don't know. Maybe I should just in case. But if I'm gonna repot it, but when are you gonna repot it is the question. Yeah, I'm gonna treat it. Let's just do like a little bit around the perimeter. It's difficult because it's so tight in the pot that there's like not a lot of opportunities. Okay, okay, cute. That one's done. Let's make a list though of plants we need to repot. Let's do orchids. Let's see, we have the Oncidium. Okay. Next up, we have another big, beautiful plant. This is my Crimson Princess. I recently cut her back. She had a couple of strands that were totally reverted. I actually see another one in here still that's reverted. So I went ahead and I cut those out. You see there's still like this one right here, I think is mostly reverted. But she is beautiful. I'm hoping that she'll bloom someday. She's never bloomed for me, but she makes me very happy. She's so cute. The stems are like pink and the variegation is so striking. And it's also one of my easier plants. Like I literally do nothing for this plant and it just puts on a show. It's so beautiful. I love it. This one is gonna be really hard to check also. It is really crowded down here at the base of the plants. There's some dead leaves in there too. Let's take those out. Let's see. Oh my gosh, there's actually so many dead leaves down here. It like crowded itself out, I think, and lost some lower leaves. But I want to get everything all nice and clean. Okay, again, I don't see any scale. Wait a minute. Is that scale? Oh, uh-oh. I think it is. Oh no. Let's try the Q-tip and see if it comes off. And then we'll know if it's scale. Oh, it's so hard to tell. Is that scale? Let's keep looking. No, that's not anything. Yeah, if this thing has scale, it's gonna be so difficult to treat. I don't know, I think that might have just been a spot of junk. Because I don't see anything else down here. More dead leaves. Okay, maybe that wasn't scale because like I'm not seeing any more. Maybe I should get a flashlight or something. It sucks because it's like only noon and I feel like it's already dark. Getting dark. Yeah, I don't see any other spots. Oh, I think I just broke a leaf. Okay. Let's try to just like pull it back and look. Yeah, I don't see anything else. Okay. Let's just treat it and assume that that one little spot was just like a spot of junk And then I'm gonna put this in the shower as well to spray off. Okay, next up we have some orchids. I should just leave this thing on. Oh no. Oh, there's definitely scale on this one. Oh no. That's so sad. This one had a new little, oh my God. So this is my Paphiopedilum. It's never bloomed for me, but like, look how gorgeous the leaves are. And it has like, oh, I don't know, this is gonna be hard to show you. It's like a tiny baby sprouting off the side. So it's doing really good. Oh, that's so annoying. I really want this one to like be okay. The base of the stem here is like kind of wrinkly too. I wonder if that's from them. There was like a whole little pile of them all in one spot. Oh, on an orchid? Come on now. That's just not cool, bro. This one's definitely got some like root nubs on it too. That's gonna make it hard to tell if I got everything. Okay. Oh, that's so annoying. Let's wipe off these leaves. Make sure they're nice and shiny and clean. This one probably should be repotted too. I should probably just repot all my orchids. Honestly. All right, and then systemic. Put that shit in there. Oh, that sucks. So this one's gonna get quarantined. It definitely had scale on it. Let's check this big, what the heck are these called? Phalaenopsis. I don't see anything. Give me this light. This thing needs to be repotted so badly. I don't see any scale. Okay, it's so weird. And you know what? This one was like right next to the path. So I don't even know how these stupid things spread. If there's like a certain kind of plant they like more. I don't know. It seems weird because the pap, so far we've had the wax ivy and that Paphiopedilum orchid. And they were not anywhere near each other. So it's so bizarre. I don't know what the heck. But it's kind of one of those things, whenever you get like a houseplant pest, you're like, where did it even come from? You know, I have gotten a couple new plants, so we'll check those and see how they're doing. But the infestation on the wax ivy was so bad that I have a feeling that it was there before I even got the new plants that I'll show you when we get to them. But yeah, like what the heck? Yep. And there is soap in this water. So any of those like immature adults I was telling you about will get killed because they don't have any defense on them yet. They don't have like the shell to protect them. So the soap will definitely kill them. Okay. Oh, that's so annoying. This one should be good. This is another Phalaenopsis, a mini one. Look at how cute. And it has like a new little flower spike coming off the side there. So again, same with what I did with the Oncidium. I only cut it back a little bit. So that this little side shoot here could maybe put out some new flowers. Let's take a look at this. Oh yeah, this needs to be repotted too. It's really not bad though. It's really not bad. Okay, I don't know how I'm gonna, hold on. All my plants are gonna look so pretty. They're gonna be all clean and dust free. Beautiful. Okay, next up we have some big ones, but let's look at this little baby first. This is, I don't even know what kind of orchid this is. It's called a Green Genie. I have no idea. I bought this forever ago. It's like a tiny baby off of orchids from Hauserman, and it's struggled the entire time I've had it. I think it needs to be watered more frequently than my other ones, and I just like can't seem to figure that out. Let's see. Let's just make sure it doesn't have any scale. Is that scale? Hold on. No, it's an aerial root nub. This one's gonna be kind of hard to tell because it is also kind of just like crusty looking in general. It has a lot of like brown sheath that sticks to the pseudobulbs. So I'm just gonna clean that off and then we'll take a better look at it. And it'll be treated. It'll look nicer too when I'm done. It already looks nicer without all that brown leftover sheath on it. But yeah, I don't see any scale on this bad boy. It looks pretty dang clean to me. I'm like treating it anyways, but it definitely doesn't have anything on it. Let's put some systemic on it. And let me wipe off these leaves. This is one that Cheddar liked to chew on too, which was annoying because it would be like, oh, it's doing better, I'm putting out new leaves, and then they'd get chomped. Like, look at that one got chomped. So it's just got a few nice leaves on it. And it really needs to grow some roots. Yeah, so this one is okay though. Let's look at the Campbell-Sportoanum next. No, let's look at this Philodendron fibrosum next. I always think that this is the Squamicale, and then I remember that that one died. I used to have one, and it definitely died, and this is the fibrosum. But let's check it. This one hopefully does not have scale because the stems are really fuzzy and I think it would be hard to treat, but it looks okay. Actually, I do not think it has scale. I just have like these big rocks in here to hold the stem down so that it'll root into the soil. Crawlers apparently need help, which is kind of annoying to be honest, because it's like, are you a crawler or are you not a crawler? Just crawl, dang it. And this one got some like brown spots on the leaves recently, and I think it's because they got too close to the grow lights. This is honestly getting too big for the plant shelf, and I don't really know what I'm gonna do about that because I don't really have anywhere else to put it that gets decent light, you know. But maybe this thing that really doesn't like all that light. You know, it's like a forest crawler. It's definitely like a jungle for plants. Maybe I am giving it too much light. Maybe it doesn't like that. I don't know. Yeah, because this is the leaf it gave me before I put the light up, and then this is the leaf it gave me after I put the light up, and you can't really tell, but the newer leaf is a little bit smaller, so maybe it doesn't like the grow light. Maybe I should put it somewhere else. I don't know where I would put it though. Just on the ground? I don't know. But either way, it does not have scale. Yay! Let's just treat it. This thing, because it's in a self-watering pot, it always has fungus gnats because it's always moist. Okay. Put a little bit. Ah! Almost dropped it. Put a little bit over here too. Just get in there. Get those roots all in the systemic. Okay. Okay, so that one's okay. I'm gonna put it over here. Maybe we should put it up on top of the hutch and see if it likes it there. Okay, this is my other Camplosporanum. This is the one that I put in this crawling thing. It's not crawling, it's just kind of growing straight up. But there's lots of cuttings in here, and I think it'll actually look really pretty if it starts to grow up and then down. But I don't think it'll get like nice big leaves on it, but that's okay. Let's just clean off some of these leaves and then check it for scale. This is maybe one that I should just spray because of how many leaves there are, but I'm gonna wipe it by hand. Man. You know what's so sad? I was watching YouTube the other day, and there's a couple of plant YouTubers that I watch pretty religiously. And one of them is this guy, Benji Plant, and he lives in LA. And he just posted a video and he lost his whole house to the wildfires. And it was so sad, I literally cried. Cause I've been watching his videos, and he didn't just do plant videos, he did like home decor and all this stuff. So like, I saw the video where he got his new couch that he'd wanted forever. It was like a designer couch, and that's gone now. All of his plants are gone. His garden is gone. His everything, literally everything. Like all of his artwork that he had collected and curated, all of his books. It was so unbelievably sad. So, you know, and he's really worried about the future of his channel, obviously, because he lost everything that was his content. And he kind of doesn't have anywhere to live right now. So maybe go give his channel some love. You know, go like, comment, subscribe to Benji Plant. So maybe try and help him sort of get through this, like such a difficult time. Oh, I couldn't believe it. I saw he posted a video that was like, we lost our house in the fire, and I was like, no, oh my God. Like I didn't even know he was in LA. I knew he was in California. But oh, it's so sad. Poor Benji. He's so delightful too. He has like such a wonderful like tone to his voice. Like he's just really easy to listen to. I really just, and his videos are so chill. You know, he just like is very relaxing to watch his channel. So my heart really goes out to him. It's so sad. So yeah, go watch all of his videos to get his viewership up. So I just realized there's gonna be a plant that's gonna be really hard for me to check. It's my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, and I have it literally like strapped to the curtain rod. It looks really cute, but I'm gonna have to just visually check that one, and then I'll add the systemic to it because I am not taking it down. I had to do that when I like readjusted. What was I doing? Oh, when I set up all the grow lights, I had to like pull all the shelves out stuff, and I had to take it down, and it was a pain in the butt. So let's look at my money plant. Take a little look-see here. Oh, I'm so annoyed with how dark it is in here. It's so dark, like I can't see anything. Oh my God, this video is 46 minutes already. Yeah, this is gonna be a long video, like hours. So I think I'm starting to see a pattern. They definitely don't like this, there's nothing on here, this woody, because it's so woody, this base. I think they just can't get their little teeth into that. And so I think maybe that's why a lot of the Hoyas haven't been affected, because they tend to have more woody, see like that, like more woody stems, which makes sense. So I'm still gonna put some systemic in here and wipe off the leaves. And then I'll just be done with it. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like the holidays always wear me out. I'm so glad they're over. I mean, I had fun obviously, but oh, it's nice to like take a breath, take a beat, and just get back to the usual routine, I guess. I never thought I was a routine girly, but maybe I am. I also have decided to do like a dry January. I already kind of messed it up because I drank the first weekend of January, but yeah, I think it'll be good. I know a lot of people do that as like a way to sort of like reset, and I've never done it before, so I think it'll be good for me. Not that like, I don't think I have a problem or anything, but I have been drinking more recently because of the holidays, and I'm starting to like feel it in my soul. You know what I mean? My soul, that I'm just like, I need to lay off the booze. So, and I know I've been stressed because every time I am stressed, I have like want to go buy cigarettes. And then I'm just like, no, you haven't smoked in like over a decade. Just take it easy, girl. It's weird. If you are a young person, don't ever start smoking. I know every adult says that, and there's a reason every adult says that, because it's so, I mean, I haven't smoked in literally forever, and I still get cravings for it to this day. So it's just, it ain't worth it. Okay, so that guy looks good. She's doing real good. She's a super healthy plant. I love it. Love it. Okay, next up is another Hoya, so hopefully this one will be okay because of the woody stems. But this one was closer to the wax ivy. It was like right above it. So I'm gonna like really take a good look at, let's take it out of this basket. Like it's in this like big basket, but it's actually just in this like little pot. Okay. I don't see any. I don't see any. Okay, let's just put some stuff in it, and then this one will also go in the bathroom for a shower. Okay, put that over there. Okay, next we have my Hoya obovata. Again, I love this plant. It's beautiful. I bought it also a lot like with Carrii around the same time as the Carrii, and it was also very small. So this is a beautiful plant. I absolutely love it. It flowered for me, but I used to have it in this tiny pot. And apparently Hoyas really like that. So since I uppotted it into this much bigger one, I don't expect it to flower for me anytime soon. I actually might repot it again and put it in something smaller. Just so it's a little bit more tight in the pot. But it has put on lots of like really nice new growth since I repotted it. So let's maybe put that on the list. So I should make a repot video soon. I haven't done my orchids in forever. I'm really bad about repotting. It's just like, it takes so long. It's such a chore. So I just like I don't do it as much as I should. And sometimes my plants struggle because of it. But yeah, this one does not have scale. Not surprising. Again, a nice thick woody stem. I think maybe the scale does not like that. So let's clean off these leaves. Ooh, these are really dusty. There's like a perfectly round one behind here. Look at this one. Look at how round that is. Oh my gosh, I love it. I wish they were all like that. I know some people don't like the obovata because it has kind of like these, you know, like you wish that they were perfect and they're not kind of leaves. But I do not mind. I think it's lovely. And it doesn't bother me at all that the leaves aren't like perfectly round. Okay, let's get her cleaned up. Oh, there's a really big leaf over on this side. A big leaf. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh no, it's just I thought I saw a scale. It's not. It's just like a little, like a scar. Okay. Get this tiny baby one clean too. So cute. Love it. All right, next up is my Anthurium crystallinum. You guys, I filmed it and then I decided not to make a video. I ordered a bunch more Anthurium, like three Anthurium and then some orchids off of Ecuagenera, and they sent them when it was really cold in November. We had like some really cold days in November with no heat pack, no heat protection whatsoever. They didn't even ask if I wanted any. They just shipped it and they came and they were all frozen, they were all dead. So if you live in cold climates, do not order from Ecuagenera when it's cold, because they will just send that shit raw and you will get it and it will be dead. So that was severely disappointing. So I did not upload that video because I was like, this is just really depressing and I don't even want to show it. And I don't really want to like, I don't really want to like shit on Ecuagenera, because part of it is like, I should have known better than to order tropical plants when it was that cold without, you know, there wasn't any sort of option for heat protection. So I should have known better myself. I know that does not absolve them of their guilt in sending plants to freaking Wisconsin when it was 20 degrees outside and not thinking to ask about heat protection, you know, it's just kind of like, it was just really disappointing all around. So, but this, look, it's flowering. It's really not happy with the low humidity. This newest big leaf it put out is like totally, see how much it's folded? And this one is really folded as well. It's just like not happy in the low humidity. I think I'm gonna get a humidifier because I've been misting, but first of all, misting leaves like water spots on everything. And I don't even think it's very effective, to be honest. And I was misting like twice a day. And it's just like, I don't know that it's very effective. I think it is helpful for like maybe 20 minutes and then the rest of the time your plant is just dry. So, but I'm gonna clean off these leaves, make them nice and shiny and beautiful. But yeah, so I think that's why this new leaf is really struggling, because it came out and then it got cold and dry. I do have a whole house humidifier unit in my basement that's attached to my furnace, but I'm like scared to use it. Like, I don't trust it. First of all, it looks like super gnarly and gross down there. So I got a new filter for it, but I still am just kind of like, I don't know. I'm just scared that it's gonna get like moldy in the vents or something. I don't know. I'm just, for some reason, I don't trust it. And I'm afraid that it's gonna like use too much water. I'm gonna wipe down this pot too, because this is a really beautiful pot and it's got like dust on it. I got this pot from my friend Beth. It used to be her grandmother's, and her grandmother used it to grow like, look how big this thing is, and she was growing African violets in it. Like, those things must have been monsters, like so huge. But my anthurium really likes this pot, so. I was thinking of putting this in a different kind of mix though, because right now it's just in sphagnum moss, and it's always been in sphagnum moss. But I was thinking maybe like not like what's the other one? Like Pon, which is more like I don't know, it's made with like a bunch of different, basically rocks. So maybe I'll put it in like a self-watering pot with Pon and see if that makes it happier. But it has been really happy lately. Like I said, it used to only ever have 2 leaves on it, and this year now it has 4. So it's kind of setting records, and I wish they were like more upright, but I'm not complaining. She's beautiful. Oh, I need to put systemic in her. Oh my God, I almost forgot. This one is also a freaking fungus gnat magnet. Oh my God. Oh, these traps are so sticky. I mean, I know that's the point, but goddamn. They don't stick into, I just caught one on the trap. Let's see, there's another one. Can I get it? I'm trying to just like catch it with this trap. Okay, that's enough of that. All right. They don't stick to the sphagnum moss very well. Next up, let's look at this Pink Princess. It's honestly doing okay. It's not doing great. This is the one that I chopped up and water propagated, and a couple of the smaller propagations did die. So there's 4 in here now. 2 are really small and they don't seem to be doing very well, but 2 seem to have rooted and are putting out new growth. So we'll see how this thing does, but let's check it for scale. It might be kind of hard to see scale on this thing because of how dark the stems are. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it'll really pop. Honestly, I don't see any scale. No, it looks fine. It looks fine. And this one is like right next to the wax ivy. like right next to it. And it seems to be doing okay. So, yeah, let's just put some systemic in here and then wipe off the leaves. I think it's just, it needs more humidity to like really root properly. I really should just get like a big humidifier to put over by the plants. Like a biggin. Like a 4-gallon huge humidifier. They're kind of expensive though. They're like at least like $150. Like, I don't know, they're just a little bit more expensive. And we just had the holidays, so maybe shelling out a ton of money on a big humidifier is not the best idea for my wallet, but it is for my plants, so I'm probably gonna do it, to be honest. This one, Pink Princess always has the issue where the like leaf doesn't want to come out. It like gets stuck and forms this sort of like, you can see here, this new leaf is really struggling to come out. But I don't want to pull it and risk breaking it or ripping it, you know? So I heard that you can like wrap them in a warm, damp towel or napkin and that will help release them. But I think I'm not gonna do anything yet, but it has been like that for at least a couple of weeks. So I am a little worried, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe if I just like run my nail along the sheath, it'll loosen up the sheath. Oh, I just ripped the sheath. It's just the sheath though, you guys, not the leaf. Maybe if I remove the sheath, it will help it unfurl. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm probably not helping. I think I'm helping, but I'm probably not helping. Come on out, little leafy. Come and see the world. Okay, maybe that'll help. I have removed the sheath. Come on out. I'm like performing plant surgery. This is much easier with these nails. Oh, here we go. Here we go, little leafy. Now it's out. So hopefully it'll unfurl. Okay. That one is okay. Let's see. Next up is my Rhaphidophora decursiva. So I love this plant, but it does this weird thing where it's like there's tons of leaves and it's nice and compact and full in the middle, and then it's sending out these like weird chunky long runners that have like no leaves on them, and then they'll get like a leaf on the end, and it looks kind of dumb. And I always end up, I've cut this off so many times, and I've cut this one off, and it just, I don't know, it's just how it grows. But this has a nice fenestrated leaf on it right here, but the rest of the leaves aren't fenestrated because they're too, like, I don't know, immature. But yeah, so I don't know, I really like this plant though. I think it's really pretty. The leaves are they're like such a nice dark green, and they're really glossy. Now that I've cleaned off all these leaves, you're gonna see like how glossy they are. It is a stunning plant, and it's easygoing too, which of course is a bonus. You know, I don't have to baby it all that much. Okay, leaves nice and clean. Oh, and then check for scale, of course. Should I repot this one? I don't know. I think it's probably okay in here. Another YouTuber I really like is Wild Fern. She's great. Oh, I already said that. Anyways, she's got a lot of her plants in like clear pots, and then inside a cover pot. That way she can just like pull it out and see the roots, which I think is like such a smart idea. So I bought a bunch of clear pots. And as I repot, I'm gonna start putting plants in the clear pots. This one is fine. I don't see any scale. It looks good. Let's hit it with the systemic, call it a day. I better not run out of this stuff. Okay. But like, look at how pretty she is. Look at those leaves. Gosh, they're gorgeous. Glossy and dark and just really pretty. Look at this. This is its only fenestrated leaf. It's so pretty. I love her. I really do. I won't repot it. It's doing fine. This one maybe needs to be repotted. This is one of my new ones. This is a white philodendron white wizard. I got it at Trader Joe's. It was so cheap. It was like $13. I couldn't believe it. Let's see if we can take a look at the roots on this thing. See if it needs to be repotted. Oh my gosh, it won't even come out. I think that means it's root bound. Oh, it is root bound. Oh my gosh, can you even see how much root's in there? I can't even get it all the way out. It's totally stuck. Oh, there's a root coming out the bottom. That's why. Yeah, it needs to be repot. Let's put it on the list. White wizard. Philodendron white wizard. Is it Saruman or Gandalf the White? It needs to be potted up. Okay. Okay, let's check it for scale. This is, like I said, is one of the newer plants I got. So it is possible that the scale came from this. You know what though? I don't see any scale on it. This is going to be so hard to put systemic on too because of how dense it is. Yeah, there's no scale on this thing. Oh my god. These nails, I like literally can't turn that flashlight on and off. Anyways, like I said, I've been doing press-ons. I got some custom ones that are supposed to ship today, actually. And they're Stray Kids. I got Bangchan and Lino. If you know, you know, Lino. Okay. This one, should I put this one in the shower? I'm gonna put this one in the shower. It's so dense, I'm not gonna try to wipe it off. So anyways, you can get the cutest press-on nails on Etsy. People like make them custom, and they're not that expensive, especially considering that you can reuse them. So I just do the sticky pads, so they last like a couple of days and then they come off. They start coming off and I have to remove the rest, but they're so pretty and so fun. You can just like, so like I just have like plain nails during the week while I'm working, and then on the weekends I put on fun nails and I have fun nails all weekend. And it's just, I just love it. It makes me feel so pretty. But I have like quite a few sets now because I've been kind of going a little bananas on them. Did I already do this? Oh my god. I'm starting to lose track. Okay. I really doubt that this, although this has nice tender stems, maybe. Let's check this African violet. This is going to be impossible to put systemic into because of how dense it is. Yeah, there's no scale on this. This thing's doing really good too. Let's see. Maybe I could put the systemic like in the pot. Oh, shoot. Yeah, let's try that. Let's put it down there. Okay. So I still have it in its like nursery pot. I really like that about African violets. You can put water down in here and then it just soaks it up. And then I put the whole thing inside this like really cute strawberry pot I found at the thrift store. Oh my God, how adorable. So I'm so glad to put a towel down. All right, let's check my Staghorn Fern. Oh my gosh, this thing. Like, I don't know, it's doing okay. It wants more humidity too though. Like 1,000%. Like as soon as I brought it home, the shield, because Staghorn Ferns have like shield fronds, and then I can't remember what these other fronds are called. And the shield frond, which is like the big flat one at the base, it dried out like right away, which they do that. That is normal. It's not like a bad sign. The rest of the fronds are okay, but I did have to pull one dead frond off the other day, so it is not liking the lack of proper humidity. And this one I am not going to wipe off because Staghorn Ferns get this like beautiful like dusty quality to them that is natural. It's not dust from the room. They get kind of like a white powder on them, and if you wipe that off, they just like they lose some of their charm, in my opinion. And I don't think once it's wiped off that it comes back. So I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just put some systemic in here and walk away. Although I wonder if you can like, I'm sure you can like rinse it. Like maybe I'll put it in the shower and rinse it. I don't know, maybe that'll mess it up. I'm not gonna risk it. Okay, so this is my Phalaenopsis, my other one, the one that bloomed this year. My other one did not bloom, which is disappointing. I think that these ones are gonna be okay. Let's check. Yep, I think we're in the clear. So let's go ahead and clean off these leaves, hit it with a little systemic, move on to the next one. Yeah, these really needed their leaves cleaned. All my orchids. Phalaenopsis have such broad, stiff leaves that they just like really hang on to dust. And they just look so gorgeous when they're clean. This is probably the plant chore that I do the least and should do more often, is cleaning the leaves. I really don't do it very often. Look at that. Look at how much better that looks. Oh, she's pretty. So pretty. This has been in bloom for like a long time now. I think it started blooming in November. So we love her. Ooh. Put some systemic in there. Okay. That's that one. Next I have just like a straight up Anthurium. This one has like the chocolate colored flowers. It hasn't bloomed in a long time. I bought it for my boyfriend when he was living in Michigan. So obviously it's here now because he moved in with me, and I've been taking care of it. But I had it upstairs and it was like doing okay. But it used to be much nicer. When I first got it for him, it was like, had these big leaves on it. And it was flowering, and it hasn't flowered since. So I don't know. I've had an Anthurium like this before, and I also just like couldn't figure out how it wanted to be taken care of. I recently moved it downstairs to be with the other plants instead of the stairwell. I think is just like a little, I don't know, I repotted it too. The stairwell I think just like doesn't get enough light. Cause there's just like a northern facing window up there. Is it northern? Western. Wait. Yeah, northern. Wait, no. This is the north end of the house. It's western. It's a western facing window. Oh my god. So, looks good. This beast, oh my god, is incredible. I think this maybe needs a repot. It seems to be doing okay. Oh, it's really in there. I think it needs to be repotted. Oh my god. Let's put it on the list. Thanksgiving cactus, and it did bloom for Thanksgiving, and it had beautiful white and pink blooms on it. I don't really like this pot either, so it would be nice to get a new pot. The pot is like brown. I don't like it. Okay, this one's gonna be hard to treat with systemic as well. And I think I'm gonna have to just put this in the shower. I'm just gonna kind of put it around the outside and then like flick it in. Gosh, she was beautiful though when she was in bloom. This plant has always done really well for me. There is a reason that everyone's grandmother has like a 40-year-old Christmas cactus or Thanksgiving cactus, and it's because they're just beasts. They're so easy to take care of. They're just like perfectly happy in a home environment. So you don't have to give them extra humidity. You don't have to give them a lot of light, and they'll just be happy. Oh, the very last flower, let's pull that off, is dead. But like, look, it's like these pretty pink flowers. I love it. She's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. And when I bought this plant too, it was freaking tiny. So I know a lot of people have like heirloom plants of these that have been passed down. Like your grandmother gave you a cutting, or your grandmother gave your mother a cutting, and then she gave you a cutting. So they are definitely like heritage plants in people's families. I know a lot of people who have like a Thanksgiving cactus that has been in the family for generations. So they're just so lovely and wonderful. And I would be so sad if this had scale. So let's give it a good look. There's so much plant here too. It's gonna be so hard to check everything really good. If it had scale, I honestly would be devastated because she's such a beautiful plant. And it would be really hard to treat. I don't see anything. Oh, thank God. I think she's okay. Oh. Let's go put her in the bathtub. Oh. Okay, this beast is my Philodendron Red Emeralds. I kind of want to restart this plant. I have cuttings in the prop box that are doing really well. But this thing, I have it on a moss pole and it is never rooted into the pole despite the fact that I have kept it moist. So I don't know, I think I might just try to grow it as like a dense plant and just put it on a regular pole, not a moss pole like this. Yeah, there's just like no point to having it on a moss pole. But let's check it, I guess. I do really like this plant. It's really easygoing. I've never had any issues with it, despite just the only thing that I don't like about it right now is it just doesn't really look the way I want it to. It's a little like wild and unkempt looking, which I'm not really a fan of that look. So, but let's let's get her cleaned up and treated, and I'll probably put her on the docket for a repot, chop and repot. So we shall see. Like, look how nice and big this leaf is though. That's a good one. But some of the leaves are just like, they look like crap, honestly. So I don't know, she's just real inconsistent. I'm not a fan of that. She used to be like one of my favorite plants because of how easy she grows. I was just like, oh, I don't even have to try with this plant. But then it never quite has the growth habit I want it to have, you know? And I thought growing up a pole it would root in and it would get really big leaves, and then that's just like not what happens. So I don't know. I feel like I kind of just have to accept her for who she is and stop putting pressure on her and myself to like be something else. I need to just love her for who she is. Okay. This is another plant I got at Trader Joe's. It's just a straight up Monstera. I've had a Monstera before, but it was like a tiny baby and I could never get it to like size up. Sorry, I'm like talking behind the plant. I could never get it to size up properly, so I bought like a nice big one. It already has some like really nice fenestrated leaves on it. So even if this never like does better than it is doing now, hopefully it stays at least looking this way, because it is really pretty and I've always really liked Monstera. Yeah, I do need to hang up some grow lights. Maybe no, that probably won't be in this video. I bought some grow lights to hang just like straight from the ceiling. I just need to put them up. I wanted to put one down here by like this plant, and the red emerald and stuff is like in the corner. So I want to put those together. And then there's one that's going to go upstairs in the, remember I said there's just a western facing window up there and it doesn't get a lot of light, so I'm going to put a light up there as well. So I don't think this one has scale. No, it doesn't. I don't see anything on here. No spots at all. So I can confirm that the scale did not come from either of my new plants. Again, this huge Monstera was only like 15 bucks at Trader Joe's. Like, what the heck? This is my Micans. She cute. I love her. She needs to be repotted. Okay, I'll put her on the list for sure. Oh my god, my pen. She's still in the nursery pot, and hold on, let's do the Monstera too. Monstera, is going to be a restart. So I'll pot up the Monstera and I'll restart the red emeralds. I'll repot this Micans. And this is gonna go in the shower as well. But I love this plant. So easygoing. Beautiful velvety leaves. There's a reason that it's so popular, and it's because it's just stunning. This also needs to be repotted. This is my philodendron Birkin. I freaking love this plant. She's so pretty, and again, one that's just dead easy to grow. Okay, Birkin. Just needs to be potted up. So she's in such a pretty pot right now though. I will definitely use it for something else, but I love this pot. Like, look how pretty it is. Okay. Let's check her out, make sure she's healthy. Pull some dead leaves out of here. I feel like I'm starting to move faster as I go along, and that's because I'm getting bored of this. I don't know, you guys are probably getting bored of it too. I really hope you just put me on in the background and are not actually watching this video. I actually really like this kind of content that I'm making right now. Like Wild Fern does like plant tours with me videos all the time, and it's just like so good to put on in the background. So do that with this one. I don't see any pests. I should definitely wipe down all these leaves though. It does have some brown spots on it on some of the leaves. I don't know what that's from. Again, could be a humidity issue. And it's just on the older leaves. Okay. Birkin is so pretty and so easy, and I remember when this first came out, it was like so expensive, and now it's dirt cheap. So get yourself a Birkin. You won't regret it, I promise. They're wonderful. So I think I'll repot maybe in a month, or maybe I'll wait till spring. But either way, I will be repotting, but just not right away. I don't like to repot in the dead of winter. Honestly, I don't think it really cares all that. The plants really care all that much if you repot in the dead of winter. Oh, I just ripped that leaf. God dang it. Gosh darn it all. I don't think it really matters if you repot in the winter because this is all like indoor plants. You know what? I'm gonna buy a humidifier. As soon as I'm done doing this, I'm gonna like order one, a big one. Because now that I'm getting a good look at my plants, I just like, they really could use the humidity. My gosh. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna bite the bullet. I'm gonna get a room humidifier. Because that's the thing with me, is that I'm like so indecisive, and I'm like, well, I have the whole house one. Why don't I just do that? That'll be better for everyone. And then, but like, I'm never gonna do that because I'm scared that it's gonna make the house smell weird or something. I do think it'll make the house smell weird. Just the way that thing looks down there, I don't trust it. Okay. Birkin, she cute. The Maranta is still in its nursery pot and it's fairly new. I don't think I need to like clean it off. I'm just gonna check it for scale. I'm so happy because I thought I was gonna find so much scale, and we're like most of the way through my plants and I only found it on 2. So that is such a relief so far. Yeah, this one doesn't have it. Put a little systemic. Oh, my shoulder's really starting to hurt. Little systemic, done. This is my Queen of the Night cactus. I haven't taken her down to actually look at her in a long time. She's up on top of my hutch, and I love her. She's so weird. I think she needs more light, but she also is still putting out new leaves, so I don't know, maybe she's fine. But let's just check her for scale. Should be easy because there's not a lot of her. She's mostly these spindly bits up here. Yeah, it's boy, she looks great. I love her. She's so weird and funky. Oh, there is a spider web under here, but is it just from a spider? It looks like just a spider web because I don't see webs anywhere else. Ew. Let me get the duster and actually dust that out. Okay, there's definitely just like a spider living in there, which honestly is fine because it's probably eating all the fungus gnats. So let's just wipe off these leaves and put some systemic, and then it'll be done. This is my last one I'm going to check down here that I'm going to bring to the table and check. I'm going to check, there's just a couple upstairs, so I'll check those, and but I'll just take the camera up with me. But like, look at this jewel orchid. It's got 11 blooms on it. It's so gorgeous. Let's check it for scale. And then I think I might just rinse this off in the sink. I don't see any scale. She looks fine. Let's just put a little systemic in her. Okay. I have to write that down because the jewel orchid needs to be. Repotted. Yeah. Okay, these are the plants I have up here. I have my Philodendron tenue. So I don't think any of these are gonna have scale, but I'm going to hit them with the systemic. And then this is my Syngonium. Look how beautiful she is. Syngonium albo. I'm gonna hit her with some systemic. Whoop, whoops. Oh my God. That was a lot. And then my Begonia maculata is over here. Again, I really, guys, get out of there. Go on, shoo. I really don't think that this is gonna have any scale. They're in a completely different part of the house. I would be so surprised. And again, with all the begonias in my terrarium, they're not gonna have scale on them. Okay guys, that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm absolutely overjoyed that only 2 of my plants had scale and that the rest of them are okay, because oh my gosh, that would have been such a nightmare. I was honestly so worried and my anxiety was so high ever since I found the scale on that first plant. And then finding it on one more plant, especially an orchid, it's just like, oh man. But I'm so glad that none of the rest of them have the scale, and they're all treated now. So hopefully if the scale tries to move over onto any of my other plants, it will be unsuccessful. So yeah, so I'm really glad you guys joined me today. I hope it wasn't too boring. I hope that you enjoyed this content as like, you know, something to put on in the background and just go about your day. I will post when I repot all of the things I need to repot. I have quite the list here of things I want to repot. So as I was going through, I was like, oh, I actually don't have to repot very much. But then by the time I got to the end and looked at the list, it's actually quite a bit. It's like 10 things. So that's going to be a nice long repot. Leave me a comment if you have any additional advice on dealing with scale. I hope to see you guys again in the next one. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.